ladies and gentlemen, Miss Morgan Wade. How's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's a little bit chilly here in Kentucky. We're right on the Kentucky-Virginia state line, and you're from Virginia, right?
Yeah. So where are you at exactly right now?
I'm in a little place called Pikeville, Kentucky.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm really, I don't live too incredibly far from there.
Yeah, I'm actually from Virginia as well. I'm from a little place called Tazewell, Virginia.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know exactly where that's at.
So yeah, it's getting a little bit chilly here in the mountains.
Right.
I get to wear my cool jackets this time of year. So
there you go.
That's the silver lining. But speaking about times getting a little bit chilly, I'm really digging the Christmas music that you released today. My favorite of the two is "I'll Be Home for Christmas." I love that cover that you did. So what's going on with that? Are you working on a Christmas album, or are you just releasing some Christmas singles?
Nah, just some Christmas songs. It was, it's just something I'd never done before, and so it was kind of fun to go in there and do that. It was challenging. "I'll Be Home for Christmas" is a tough song to sing, so I was glad it turned out great though. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, it really was awesome. A little bit early in the year, I will say.
Just a little bit. But you know what? This is a good reminder for everybody to get their Christmas shopping started, because I'm going to go ahead and start, because I'll forget if I don't start now.
I say that, and then it's always last minute. I'm like
a few days. Eve. Yeah, it's like a few days before. I'm like, oh man, I got to try to find something, and yeah. But see, we could be better this year because of me releasing Christmas songs. Exactly.
I was expecting to see the blue hair, though. That's what I was kind of expecting today. I dig it, though.
Yeah. It's the blue hair was fun.
It's a very underrated Christmas color. I know that everybody goes with like green and red, but the blue and white, that's underrated, I think.
Thank you. I was looking ahead.
Nice. But, speaking about music, I've been listening to your new album, Reckless, for the last several weeks here. And, I dance to it. I cry to it. It really is just a beautiful album. But the first thing that I noticed whenever I listened to it from front to back, it's almost like it's telling a story, just how the songs flow through the album. Yeah. They are placed together perfectly. Did you put a lot of thought into the composition of the album?
No, we knew that I wanted Wilder Days to be the first track on there. Wilder Days is the first song that, Sadler Baden, my producer, and I wrote together. So we wanted that to be the first track on there. And then Met You is actually the last song I wrote that was added to the record. Mm-hmm. So it just actually really just worked out like that. And I've got to give all the credit to Sadler for picking out the sequencing of that record. And he did such a great job, because it tells such a great story.
Yeah. How it ends with Met You. That's my favorite song on the album.
Oh, right on.
But how it ends, where it's like that ghostly feel there at the end.
Yeah.
Echo, it took my breath away the first time I listened to it. I'm like, oh my God. And then I just clicked play again. I just started it all back over.
Right.
Why'd you want to put Wilder Days first, though?
I don't know. I felt like it was the song that really, it was a good, here you go. This is what you're about to hear. This is kind of where it started. And it was the first song we wrote on that record. And we worked on that song the longest to get it to the point that we felt it should be at. And we were really proud of that one. I was like, I want to start out, on a real kicking song for it. Yeah. And that's what we did.
It worked. What really drew me into the album, the first time I seen the record as a whole, was of course all the tattoos and stuff. I'm like, this chick looks pretty cool. And then I listened to the album and I was absolutely blew away. But I'm a fan of tattoos myself. I've got quite a few. How many do you have, or just have you lost count at this point?
It's funny. I tried to count. It's like 136.
Wow.
Something like that, but I kind of just stopped counting, because it's like, and I'm actually going to get one later today. We're playing a show in Ohio, and I got a guy coming by the hotel there to give us all some new tattoos. So
that's cool. What are you going to get?
It is it's a croc, and it looks like an alligator, and it says croc and roll.
Nice. Are you a fan of the Croc shoe?
I am a big fan of Crocs. I don't care what anybody says. I love me some Crocs. They are easy. They are convenient.
Yep. Hey, if you ain't crocking, you ain't rocking.
Exactly. See, you get it. You get it.
See, I was one of those kind of haters at first. I'm like, if you get a sunburn on those with those things, it's going to look like you have polka dot feet. But I think the people that hate on Crocs haven't actually tried a pair.
They haven't experienced what Crocs can really bring to the table.
Yeah, whenever I slid my feet in them the first time, I'm like, I get it. It all made sense. And the little I don't know what you call them, the little things that you put in the holes on the shoe.
Right, yeah.
It's pretty cool. Cool shoe.
I think we need some Morgan Wade Crocs. I think I need to work on that.
That would be cool. If you were to make Morgan Wade Crocs, what would they look like?
I'm definitely going to say they'd be like Tiffany blue, like the limited edition vinyl that we had put out that we hadn't that was a big hit. I'm obsessed with that color anyways. So
yeah,
so you need some Tiffany blue Crocs.
One day I might get those. Is blue your favorite color?
I'd say so. Yeah. That and black, apparently. It's just easy.
Black just goes with everything. My wife gets on to me all the time because I wear black too much, apparently, but it's just easy. Yeah. It makes an outfit easy.
Exactly.
But yeah, I've been a really big fan of this album from front to back. One thing that captured me about it was it's so moving. I think that everybody has at least one song on that album that they can relate to. You were so open on this album. Were you ever hesitant about being so personal with your music?
Yeah. I mean, there were times, it's very personal stuff on there. And so putting that out into the world where others are going to critique it or hear it and judge it or love it, it's a big deal. A lot of people, they journal and they write stuff down, but they don't share it with the world. And so I chose to share it with the world. So it was a little nerve wracking. I was very nervous to put this record out. I wasn't sure what people were going to think about it, but it's been great. I mean, the response has been amazing.
Yeah, I think that it's important for an artist to stay true. I guess it's good to have the hits and stuff like that, but that's what got me into music whenever I was a kid. I could just hear stuff that I could relate to, and it was meaningful. It was touching. Absolutely. And that's one thing that I think that we often lose in today's music industry. So to see an artist like you come by and just keep it real, it's much appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
So where did your musical journey start for you?
Yeah, I mean, as long as I can remember, I was writing songs. I wasn't like playing that for other people. But when I turned 19, I went through a breakup and I decided to form a band on Craigslist and try to get the guy back. And that is literally where it all started, playing live music.
Craigslist.
I don't recommend it for anybody. Yeah. Fortunately, this is not a true crime podcast that we're on right now, and you're not talking to my mother. You were actually speaking to me. It could have went really bad, and I look back and I'm just like, man, the stupid things we do. But it worked out, and here I am, and it's great. But yeah, it was literally basically, I like to say, heartbreak, which is the root of most music. So
yeah, love can do crazy things sometimes, like joining a band on Craigslist. Do you still talk with the members that you joined with that band?
I talked to like one of the guys that, it was a really long time ago, but there's one of the bass player, Ed. Him and I we're still really good friends. He's a great guy. They were all really cool.
That's cool. Cool. And congratulations on your deal with Sony, by the way. That was awesome. I've been following you here for a little while, and whenever I sing that news, I'm like, yes, that's awesome. How did the record deal with Sony come about?
It was like we put Reckless out, and I was on the independent label 30 Tigers, and then Reckless came about, and other major labels started to kind of reach out and wanted to talk. And Sony happened to be one of those. And I made them work for it, like really hard. So I was like, what do you guys want? I mean, are you wanting to change stuff? And they didn't want to change anything. Nice. I mean, they came at me and they're like, we love what you're doing. And they are able to help me get that record out there to so many more people. And so it's just been a great experience.
Yeah, I'll admit that was one thing that I was a little bit worried about whenever I seen you sign with a major label. I'm like, I hope she doesn't lose the sound or anything like that. So it's cool that they were willing to say, like, what do you want instead of do what we want.
It's that, and it was, they not once, they were like, why would we want to change this? We love this. And so they really believe in me. They believe in the record and the team. And so, they're just like, we want you to keep doing what you're doing because this is amazing. So it's been great.
I seen a picture of your dog on the internet the other day, and I seen it was named Sony. Is there like any connection there?
They bought me. Yeah, they bought me the dog. I was like,
so is that how they worked for it? How you were saying earlier?
Oh yeah, I was like, buy me a dog, and I'll name him Sony. If you buy me a dog, I'll name him Sony. And so they got me the little Frenchie that I wanted, and he lives a better life than I'll ever live, and he's way cooler than I'll ever be. He's perfect.
It's a very cool dog, and I love French bulldogs. By the way, it's an underrated dog, cute little thing.
Oh man, they're very dependent dogs, and they're clowns essentially. They're little clowns. They're amazing.
Yeah, very energetic, but I love those breeds.
Yes.
And how I found out about you essentially was I was listening to Jason Isbell one day, and you popped up on the recommendations there on the side, and I just love to go down rabbit holes of different artists that I don't know about, and I started listening to him like, oh my God, I like Jason, but I've been listening to Reckless a little bit more here lately. Got to admit that out there, Jason. But whenever I seen that you and Jason were going to be playing here in Pikeville, I lost my freaking
mind. Right on. Yeah.
So how did that partnership and tour with Jason start?
I mean, honestly, obviously, Sadler produced the record. And so, we just kind of like connected through that, and we're on the same booking agency. And so I booked a show with him a month or so ago, something like that. My memory's kind of foggy, but he's a super great guy, and we meshed well. And so I'm jumping on a few more shows with him this year, and I'm super pumped.
Yeah, it is awesome. And I love how, whether people call it country or Americana, whatever you want to call it, I just love that the real music is coming back into that genre, because for years now, it's just been about the hits, and nowadays, whenever I'm listening to an artist like you or Jason or Coulter Wall, I mean, the list goes on. You don't find many artists whenever you're listening to them. That's what you have to do. You have to sit down and listen.
Yeah. Right.
So it's much appreciated. No. So what's next for Morgan Wade?
Touring. That's the big thing for the rest of the year and next year too, is just get out there promoting this record and hopefully working on some new stuff and just touring. I mean, we had a year off, so got to get back at it.
Well, Morgan, thank you for your time today, and thank you for all the great music as well.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you. Thanks for listening. I guess I'll be seeing you in December.
Yep. See you then.